Let's talk about appreciating people. It's funny how we human are hardwired to always seek appreciation and honor and all these things. And Spinoza is the guy who said that the most sought after stuff in this world is honor, appreciation, recognition, and feeling of being the important person in the building. And you've seen this a couple of times by with the people that are around you. Everybody wants to feel like they're the perfect manifestation of how a human being should be. Okay, and I'm not an exception in this, and you're not an exception at this. Sometimes I tend to feel like I'm the best guy at what I do. Sometimes where I go, I tend to feel like, oh, I'm the best. I'm the ideal manifestation of how a human being should be, and I guess you too feel the same way. And that's why you'll see the streets. People are just wearing fancy clothes, and everyone wants to be the smartest in the streets. And it's not something that is bad. It's really good, but it's a part of our human cognitive biases, to always seek appreciation. And I can tell you how much people that I know that are now living the good life just because they learn to appreciate people. They learn to give people credit that they want. And Spinoza is the guy who said the most sought after thing in this life is appreciation and feeling of importance and wanting people to see you as the most beautiful creature in the world. You understand that point? So what you can basically do is learn to appreciate these people, learn to give them the importance that they want to have, okay? And you don't really have to push yourself fast, because most of the times I'm having conversation with people and they just want to put themselves first, where they go like, oh, they're talking about themselves and stuff like that, and you feel bad because you have the same bias in your mind, and you want to gauge in and start talking about yourself and start talking of how beautiful you are, how handsome, how the clothes you're wearing are the most expensive, how they're the most unique brand in town. But you can go down a different tunnel because you're viewing this video where you go like, I'm not gonna talk about myself. When I meet these people, the first thing I'm gonna do is recognize them. And the best way to recognize people is whenever you meet someone new, make sure that you learn the name of that person. Not actually one name, both three names of those people, and you put that into your mind memory, said that even after a month or two or a year, you will still remember the name of these people. Okay, I gotta tell you, there was a guy I met yesterday. It was around 8 and I was coming from school, and I was wearing a hoodie, and I kind of brushed these people because they're my friend. And the real truth is, I didn't remember the name of these people, but I knew them by face. But you know what's funny? These people look back at me and tell me, who are you wearing a hoodie? Is that Joseph? I was like, wait a second. You nigga, you remember my name? I was like, wow, that is awesome. People know me. People that I don't know me. You understand? And I feel good because he mentioned my name. Okay, so the same thing you can do to other people. If you want to have multiple friends, if you want to influence as much people in the world as you can. We have 7.3 billion people, and all these people are seeking for appreciation. Every single time you appreciate one person and make them feel important, that adds on to your list of followers. You understand what I'm saying? So what you can do is don't always put yourself first. Talk about these people, find out their interest. If these people are interested in football, the first thing you do when you walk to them, even if you don't know nothing about football, go like, hey, how is the football thing doing? I heard that this team that you know beat the other team and stuff, and this, you give a leeway, you pave the way for the other person to talk about what they want to talk about, and they're going to enjoy that conversation. Listen to me, nobody wants to be around people who are always talking about themselves, and that sucks, and I hate it, and I bet you too hate it. Where you go like you're in a room and you have this person who's like a chatterbox and is always talking about themselves the entire time. They'll be like, oh, I have billions of car, I have billions in my bank account, I have this kind of car, I bought my shoes at Gucci, I have this t-shirt from Versace, I have my watch is from Rolex. They'll be like, they're always talking about it. They're praising themselves. They want us to recognize them, but they're not giving us chance. So the possibilities are the next time I'm gonna be in a room with these people, I'm gonna limit my time with them. I won't be around them. I just want to say, hey, how are you doing, and walk away, because they don't give me what I'm seeking for. Okay, and I'm not an exception. Sometimes I want people to appreciate me. I want people to love me. I want people to feel good about my presence there. And there's no a better way I can think of is talking about myself. So that is where we go wrong as human beings. And that's why most people have just settled for introvert or living well, because they just want to enclose themselves in a building, in a place, in a lonely place, because they see themselves as the only guys who can appreciate themselves, since now they don't have that talent of being chatterbox and talking here and there and there and there. But what you can basically do is appreciate these people, give them time. Okay, first recognize their name, find out about their family and how they're doing, so that next time you're meeting them, you ask them, hey, how's your family doing, how is the business back at home. And these people will feel good about talking about themselves for the most part. And you don't have to talk about yourself. If you feel like you can't really hold on this desire, come on, go ahead and talk about 3 or 4 sentences about yourself. And having seen this video, I guess you won't even need to talk about much about you, because now this will revolutionize your mind. This will take your mind to another level. You understand? Like, I read a book a while ago. It's by Dale Carnegie, How to Influence People and Win People to Your Way of Thinking. And he said that the very first thing you do is to let these people come to you. Okay? And the best way you can let people come to you is by giving them a good time. Okay? Even if you feel like you know everything, do not make these people feel dumb. Okay? Where you always talking about different concepts about things that people resent to that. If you don't know, people resent to people who always want to talk about themselves and how expensive they are. And you're gonna lose friends if you're the kind of guy who's always speaking about themselves. Okay? And the next thing that you can do to welcome people and influence people and have the most people around you loving you, appreciating you, is by putting a smile. Okay, a smile where you go like, you're always smiling every single time. I mean, you have nothing to lose in smiling. I look at some people at some point, and you never see these people smiling. It's like they lose credit when they smile. So they're always like, every time, and nobody has wronged them until you shake their hand and they're like, "Hi, how are you doing?" And then now they can smile, and you wonder, wait a second, so this wasn't serious. So you never want to live such kind of a life. Research is on the table, the results on the table. They say that every single person who is always dull has no friends. Every single person that is always dull doesn't even go past 100 years old. Okay, because action are always followed by feelings. You understand? Like, action are followed by feelings. So you're gonna have to put the action first, and then the feelings are gonna follow. So if you see this person is always like, then chances are after 1 hour or 30 minutes, this person is gonna start feeling bad. Okay, so the same face is gonna reflect in their mind. So what you can basically do, and it's the most easiest thing you can do, is to just push your cheeks in. Where you go like, that way. Even if you're facing a lot of difficulties, even if you're having a bad day, just smile. Within an hour or 30 minutes, the smile is going to reflect in your brain. Actions always follow the feelings always follow the action. Sorry. So smile, and your brain is gonna be bright. Okay, and when your brain is bright, it kind of attracts people to you. because I've seen people who are very dull. As I said before, people very dull, they don't have no friends. But people who are always bright, that person is always smiling, even if they don't have the best of vibes. That people will always, that guy is always gonna have a lot of people around them. You understand? Like I've seen friends who are always smiling, and they don't even talk much. They don't even have a certain pattern of talking. What they do is listen, but they're always smiling. So when smiling to you, you want to continue talking more. You want to continue being around them. You want to, every single time that you have some time to waste, you want to just be around them and embrace them and feel good at the same time where you're in. And no one in this life such as for a dull environment. Every single person is always after the big four pillars of a happy life, of a good life. That is health, wealth, love, and happiness. Okay? And happiness is where you're around people who are always bright and happy and stuff like that. Everybody's always chasing after that. So if you're dull and you're the kind of guy who's always grinning every single freaking time, you're never gonna have friends around you. Sorry about that. Okay, so it's about time you change that attitude, and now you become bright, where you smile every single time for no reason. Okay, and there was this guy, my mentor. He told me he couldn't tell me how much his life changed the very moment he realized that the smile is a broke person's credit. You can get a lot of things out of just a smile. So he told me every single time he walked out of his apartment, he would walk down the street, and the very first thing he would do is smile at the gate man. Be like, "Hey, how are you doing? Having a good time?" And listen to me. When you're smiling, you don't have to force it. Just put it in your brain and be like, "I'm gonna smile all day today." Okay? And it's not I smile because it's not a fake smile. Okay, everybody, that fools no one. A fake smile, you will always see it from afar. But it's a mechanical grin, and people resent to that, by the way. So don't try to do it if you can't do it. Okay, so just push yourself let it come from the inside, and always smile every time. You will learn many opportunities than you think. Okay, I don't care about what other people think about it. Okay, there are some people who go like, if I walk down the apartment and I'm walking down the streets and I meet someone, a male person, and I smile to them, just some random guy, they're gonna mistake me for that. So I'm so sorry, the battery is going. I couldn't have put this to be a little bit longer, but I hope you learned something. Always smile every single time, every single moment, every single place you are, and you will win many friends. Okay, I hope you learned something. I'm gonna talk to you soon. Oh, by the way, if you haven't subscribed, click to the subscribe button down below. It'll cost you nothing. Okay, and if you feel like there's somebody who needs to start smiling and someone who needs to appreciate people, please make a point of sharing this video to them. You never know, maybe this is what exactly they need to revolutionize their life and get to greater heights. Talk to you soon.